Welcome to the Musar video blog. So what I'd like to do today and for the next few weeks is to explore a common scenario that probably most of us are confronted with at one time or another, and I'd like to discuss some of the coping techniques. So today what I'd like to do is set up this scenario and a little bit about the background and why it is the way it is. And we may have mentioned before that a person is basically made up of his animal soul and his seichel, an intellect. And life is just a battle between the two. The seichel, the intellect, is telling him do this because it's the right thing to do, and the animal soul is pulling him in the other direction, filling his mind, filling his heart with all kinds of ideas that we would call negative. So here you have it. There's a certain person that's getting under your skin. Now, whether what they're doing is right or whether it's wrong, that's not really the question of Musar. Musar is dealing with how do I react to it. And even if that person is doing something wrong, that still doesn't justify the reactions that are going within me. Because I may be feeling anger, I may be feeling jealousy, I may be feeling other negative feelings, other bad midos may be working, even if the person is wrong. Or even if the person is right. It doesn't make a difference. We want to focus on what's happening within me. So here's what's going on. Someone did something, said something, whatever, and it's really getting under my skin. And it happens again and again and again. And I find myself that my animal soul just doesn't let up. And I feel overwhelmed because it just keeps filling me up with these thoughts and with these feelings. Oh, that person. Oh, this, I can't stand that person. And I'm always looking for reasons to find something wrong with that person. And so, I take a step back, if I'm able to, and I say, wait a minute. I've studied Musar. This is not the way I should be thinking. This is not the way I should be feeling. These are not the reactions that I should have. I know that I'm supposed to deal with this with equanimity, with patience, with understanding. Okay, great. I'm ready. And then what happens? The animal soul just keeps banging away. The onslaught of thoughts and feelings just keeps going, and I'm just totally overwhelmed. What do I do now? All the Musar that I learned, it just doesn't seem to help me deal with this situation. That's the scenario that we would like to talk about. So we've set up the scenario, and today we'll just leave with one thought, and that is, it's very good to take the step back and to recognize that the way I'm thinking and the way I'm feeling is not the place where I want to be. So often in life people say, yeah, I'm right, yeah, let's go, that person, no, I'm justified. No, that's not what it's about. I have to recognize that if I am feeling negativity and it's filling up my whole being, that is not the place I want to be. I have to recognize it as such, and I have to say, okay, I'm going to try to get to where I want to be. And just as an addendum to that, it's also very helpful if we take our Musar teachings and we ask ourselves the question, okay, which bad midah is being aroused by what's happening here? Where is this feeling that I'm having coming from? And this is the beginning of how we'll deal with it. And I hope in future sessions that I'll be able to share with you some coping techniques to help us stand up to the onslaught of the animal soul and not be overwhelmed by it. See you next week.